All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This video is going to be about how the value of men is going to be known during the times of chaos, right? Because right now, the value of men is not really respected, man. And there's a scripture in the Apocrypha. I'll go to the scripture in Isaiah first, in Isaiah 13. And then there's a scripture in the Apocrypha that speaks about men, right? The way how men do certain things. But I'm going to get this first. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. I'll make a man more precious than fine. In fact, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughty of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, which is a very special kind of gold, right? When you read it and look it up and hear about this type of gold, it's a more higher class of gold, right? It's a more quality type of treasure, man. Right now, there's a scripture in the Apocrypha that speaks about how wisdom comes from time. Here I found it. It talks about how wisdom comes from having the opportunity of having free time available, man, right? Everyone that knows this doctrine and has been given the gift to understand about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? They would have had a time where they had a lot of free time available on their hands to be able to read the scriptures, man, right? Yahweh would have gave them the opportunity to be able to read the scriptures and understand what's in there. And he would have gave them that opportunity. This is Sirach chapter 38 and verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. So having free time available on your hands to where you're not too busy and you can read the scriptures is actually a blessing, man. Whereas this world will try and make you feel like you ain't got nothing going on and that you're just a waste of space because all you do is read the Bible. But this information is going to become very important when all hell breaks loose, right? And when you no longer can just go to KFC, can no longer just go to McDonald's drive-thru, can no longer just go and get a Nando's, can no longer just go by to Brindley Place with your date and get the starters and the entrees, and eat some mussels and oysters. You can no longer have some sweet chili prawns at a restaurant. All of that stuff's done away with, where it no longer matters if you've got a pretty woman on your arm when you're walking down the street and you're viewed as though you're doing something because you've got a suit and tie on, right? Brothers that believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we've done most of these things that these people in the world think that they're doing when they're doing something. We've been in restaurants where we're in a suit and all these dumb clothes that the world says are what you're supposed to wear. We've been on holidays, some of us have, right? We've been good at sports at one time in life. Some of us have went to university. Some of us have went to college. Some of us have got some of these worldly accolades that are supposed to make you be something in this world, but none of it means nothing, right? The thing that means something is this, because this is what's going to matter when all of that stuff doesn't matter no more, right? And a man's value is going to go up extremely when all hell breaks loose, right? Verse 25, how can he get wisdom that holdeth a plough, and that gloreth in the gold, and that driveth oxen, and that is occupied in the labours, and whose talk is in bullocks, and his talk is of bullocks. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboureth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, and to watch to finish a work, and which this is pretty much going into all the kind of jobs that men do, right? These are the kind of jobs and the kind of things that men do. But the kind of things that men do in this world right now has been considered nothing, man. A man, unless he's a millionaire in this world, is considered as nothing, right? A man's considered a complete waste of space in this world, right? Men have been highly disrespected in this world right now. But when all hell breaks loose, the value of a man is going to go up extremely, man, right? Women are no man is seeking for women to save his day when chaos comes. But women are always seeking for men to help when all hell breaks loose. When that war jumped off in Ukraine, women were seeking for men to help, and men were saying, get the women out of the land. When that war jumped off between the Ishmaelites and the Edomites right now in that land, right? The women was seeking for men to help and come and save the day. It's not men seeking for women, oh, we need to get more women to help us out. No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes, man. And that's why women are terrified in their everyday life. That's why security cameras and all of these kind of things, CCTV, these are really things that benefit women more so than they benefit men. And I just saw a video where a woman was coming back into a house, right, with her phone like tucked in her ear, like kind of like this on the phone, which that's another thing with you women in them damn phones, man. But anyway, she was on the phone carrying her baby in her hand, and she didn't even realize that a guy was climbing up her gate to try and come to her house, right? And she had a neighbor that was a male neighbor that was downstairs doing whatever he was doing in his house, and she had to scream out to him for him to help. But here's the thing: if he would not have helped and would not have cared, who knows what would have happened to her? And that's the point, man. You women act all arrogant and proud right now in this world, but this society was not made by you. Neither was any society prior, right? It was always made by a man of one of the nations, right? Whether it wasn't the Israelite man wasn't the one that necessarily what created the image of this world, that of this current kingdom, but we definitely, for damn sure, played a part in its creation, man. No one can say that and be telling the truth, right? No one can say that and be telling the truth, man. But the point is that men took part in it, not women. Women didn't build this up. That's why they always complain and want men to fight for their rights, man. Verse 28, the smith also sitting by the anvil, which is another job that men do, and considering the ironwork, the vapor of the fire washeth what waste of his flesh, and he fighteth with heat of the furnace, the noise of the hammer and anvil in his ears, ever in his ears, and his eyes still look upon the pattern of the things that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly, which is another job that men do. Now, when you jump down, let me go down, verse 32. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up nor down, right? They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment. They shall not be found where parables are spoken, but they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft. So you always, in every single society, need men like that kind, right? Yet they are not the men that speak wisdom necessarily, right? The men that know wisdom are not necessarily going to be construction workers, plumbers, electricians, but you need them. They're necessary for a society to function. That's what the Bible lets you know, right? And these are things that men do. So when these things are not being done anymore, and women can't have men to be doing all of these kind of things no more, they're going to realize the value of a man. Whereas right now, they say that they don't need a man, but all of their life is continually being maintained by things that men do, right? It's been continually being maintained by things that men do. And one of the most sickening sights and most like pitiful sights to see is a woman that is so desperate for male attention that now she's got to be a Karen and all of this kind of stuff in order to get men to talk to her, man. She has to literally go out in public, argue with men, because that's now the only way how a man will even speak to her, man. And that's how these Karens are made. When do you ever really see any of these Karen, so-called Karen women things, these Karen creatures, and how many of them have you ever seen that are attractive? How many? How many of these Karen women have you ever seen that are attractive women? The majority of them are always clapped. Let's just tell the truth. The majority of them are always ugly, out of shape, old, or extremely skinny. You know, it's not normally no curvaceous women that men will actually like the look of, that turn like this, because they become that because they realize the value of a man, but now they're just cast out and no man wants them. So the only way they can get male attention in the most part is by arguing with them. They're just a female loser. right? But there's going to be a lot more female losers when all hell breaks loose, man, and you women realize that you're running that mouth. But now this society's crumbled and you don't have what it takes to handle it, right? Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 24. In fact, verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. So when you women ain't no longer got those men that normally allow you to get away with things, you're just going to be distraught, right? Because you always thought that those men was going to be around. Because women, one of the traits about women that shows that they are not wise is that they cannot see into the future further than their own lifestyle, man. Right? They can't really see how their decisions are going to affect the future. And that's why they're not really that good at raising up children that are not degenerates, man. If a woman's just left to raise a child by herself, there's a high chance that that child is going to be weird. If there's no other kind of male influence coming from either the father or any other male that's got any sense. Right? They can't see the future the same way as men can. And that's why all this talk about women being prophetesses and all of this, being prophets and all that, no, they're not. Yahweh didn't make them like that, right? They didn't make them like that, man. Women are the weaker vessel for a reason, right? Now, let me get this scripture. Because if it was women that are going to be the ones that are going to come out on top of all of this back and forth of, oh, men ain't this, 12,000 places that I don't want to be taken out on a first date. Well, let me add one more to the list. I ain't taking your ass nowhere. How about men don't take your ass nowhere? And then that man keeps all his money in his pocket and you can take yourself there. Since y'all are talking about how much money you're making, take your own ass there, then take your ass there. Take yourself where you like to go. How about that? Since you women are boss queens and all that and you've got the bag, take yourself there. Or does the food not taste as nice when it ain't your money that's buying it? When it's your own money that's spending it on that food, does it not taste as nice then? Micah chapter 7 and verse 8. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, Yahweh shall be a light unto me. So all these people that are rejoicing against us right now, they better watch themselves, right? And recently one brother has came back, man, from whatever Yahweh put him through. He came back around, man, and some people's out there in their mind thinking, see, I knew he was a demon. I knew he wasn't right. Just see, he fell off, right? But they was wrong though. The person didn't fall off, and whatever they was going through, that's not my business, and that's not your business, right? But some of these people be out there, they be rejoicing against people, and they rejoice too soon, right? And then they find out, actually, no, Yahweh's had mercy on that person. And that person ain't what you thought there was. So, but now you've went out of your way and ran your mouth and said all of that. And spoke too soon, and now you're going to get cursed. How about that? And that's what happened with the high priest Ariah, man. People thought he was dead, right? And he wasn't dead, was he? And people came out of the woodwork, and some people was like, he was a good man. They was praising it, about how praising towards the works that he did in his lifetime. But other people came out and was talking bad about him. They spoke too soon, right? And that's how people are speaking about people that believe in Yahweh. They're like, man, he's a bum. He needs to get himself a better career. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. He needs to get a shape up, man. He needs to, you know what I mean? He needs to calm his beard. He needs to, whatever they want to say about him, whatever they want to say. Or he needs to get more name brand clothes. Or his clothes are generic. Or he ain't got no swag. Okay, let's see how far swag takes you when all hell breaks loose. Oh, he ain't got no muscle. Okay, let's see how far your muscles take you when all hell breaks loose. Now, is it a good thing to go to the gym? If you like punching a punch bag, is it a good thing? Take a punch bag maybe. If you want to use a rowing machine, if you want to use an exercise bike, if you want to go for walks, are those good things? Yes, because we've only got one vessel right now. So it's a good thing to build it up. But that ain't gonna save your ass. You ain't gonna, when them missiles are coming, just grab the missile and start doing a barbell back squat. or grab the missile by your hand and throw it back into the sky. That ain't gonna happen. It's the missiles are gonna land where they're supposed to land, man. The arrows are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the end of that world. That's what the scriptures say. And that's what I'm gonna believe is gonna happen. Micah chapter 7 verse 8, rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, Yahweh shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause. So we have to deal with neighbors being bug outs. We have to deal with people that we see in the world just deliberately antagonizing us for no reason when we don't know them from nowhere. We might have to just small annoyances, man. Like people just deliberately trying to walk in your pathway, right? All these kind of things that we have to deal with in this world, man. We have to deal with that right now. We have to deal with all of those kind of things right now, man. But the day is going to come when we don't have to no more. And where Yahweh starts judging these people, man. Which he's already started judging certain scoffers. He judged that polite guy. He judged some next scoffing woman. Which I remember seeing one of her videos where she was talking about how the Israelites have got things wrong and all of that. And then I'd seen that she was having health problems, but then I never thought nothing of it after that. And then videos started coming out about her months later that she's not even on earth no more, man. And there's a lot more people that Yahweh's got on that list of people that have came up against the people that keep talking about him, that believe in him. And they're going to get crossed off his list too, without any one of us having to get carnal, man. And that goes for the same people the same for the people that are near us and that are far off, that also try and antagonize us, man. Verse 9, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, so our women are our enemy. And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Because a lot of these women don't believe what we believe. They don't believe in the Lord for real. Mine eyes shall behold her, and now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets, man. They're going to just get destroyed in that time. They're not going to get to sail off into the sunset with these men because they rejected them men when they had the chance to believe, right? But because they couldn't see the vision of the future like how these men could see it, they rejected it and they rejected the men. But now when the vision is there, ever present, they're going to think that they can try and jump on the bandwagon, and it's not going to work, man. If you don't believe now, right, and you've had years of time to believe, why do you think you're going to be able to just turn around and say, I believe now? It's not going to work that way, man. And I'm going to end the video there, right? The value of men is going to go up extremely when all hell breaks loose, man, in every way imaginable. Both just men in the world, their value is going to go up more so than it is now. But the ultimate people that's value is going to go up is the men that believe in the Lord. Because they're the men that know the trajectory of what's going to be happening in those times, and the men that have the spirit of Yahweh that's going to protect them from all the evil that's going to take place in that time, man. And I'm going to end the video there. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.